Hi, I'm Divya. So today I'll be explaining you homework 8, which is project selection, quantitative methods and qualitative methods. So first we'll see the variance. So if you click here, you'll get your variance. So there are different variants, variant 1, variant 2, variant 3, like that. And you have to choose your variant according to your class ID. And this is the assignment, which again you can get from the course website. If you click here, you'll get the overall assignment. So in this project or in this assignment, we are going to calculate the different financial indicators like NPV, IRR, ROI, and PTP. So you'll be given the data for different years. For example, in this case, you have the data for project 1, project 2, project 3, and project 4. So our goal is to calculate the NPV, ROI, IRR, PTP for all these four projects and identify which project has to be chosen. So once you calculate all that, you have to have a Word document like this with different tables, and finally, you should answer this question. You should explain why you are choosing a particular project. So that's the overall assignment. So let's say you have your variant in your hand like this. So first thing what you have to do is you have to copy the data which is given to an Excel sheet. You have to do all the calculations in Excel sheet. So project 1 should be your first tab here. Project 2 should be your next tab. Project 3 and project 4. And finally, to calculate the weighted scoring method, you have to have another tab like this. So I'm doing I'm explaining this variant which I already have in my hand. So I'll explain you how we can calculate this values for different years. So you can get the PPT from the course website. So as I told before, we are going to calculate the return on investment ROI, net present value NPV, internal rate of return IRR, payback time period PTP, and also we'll do the weighted scoring method. So first one is the NPV. So NPV is a method of calculating the expected net monetary gain or loss from an investment by discounting all the future costs and benefits to the present time. So you are also given the formula here. So first you will be given the years 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is having 4 years, 0th year including the 0th year. Then you have the cash outflow and you have the cash inflow. So the first step is to calculate the net cash flow. So how do we calculate net cash flow? So if you take the first year, the net cash flow is going to be the sum of cash outflow plus cash inflow. So in this case, you can see this cell has the value C4 plus C5. C4 is nothing but the cash outflow for the first year, and C5 is the cash inflow for the first year. So you can copy just this formula till here so that you can calculate the net cash flow for all these years. So for example, for the year 2, the net cash flow is D4 plus D5. For the year 3, the net cash flow is E4 plus E5, and here it is going to be F4 plus F5. And you're given the discount rate for this particular project as 10%. So we know this formula, present value is equal to 1 by 1 plus the percentage whole power year. So you are using that here. So if you see here, it's going to be 1 by 1 plus, since the discount rate is 10%, it is 10 by 100, the whole power C3. C3 is nothing but the year. So in this case, it's going to be 1. Similarly, we have to calculate for the year 2, which is 1 by 1 plus 10 by 100 D3. D3 is 2. This is 1 by 1 plus 10 by 100, the whole power E3, and E3 is 3. Similarly, 1 by 1 plus 10 by 100, the whole power F3, which is 4. So now we have to calculate the net cash flows. We discounted net cash flow. We already have the net cash flow, so we just have to multiply the discount rate with the net cash flow. So here, if you can see, this value is C6 into C8. C6 is the net cash flow here, which is this value 100,000 into the discount rate, which is 0.909. That value is going to come here. You can just copy this formula here. So you get this as D6 into D8, which is 5,000 into 0.82. Similarly, this is E6 into E8, and this is F6 into F8. So now we have calculated the discounted net cash flow. Now we have to calculate NPV, the net present value, both manually and using Excel formulas. First, we'll see how to calculate using the manual method. So if you click here, you can see that it is nothing but the sum of these values, which is the discounted net cash flow from B9 to F9. Now, in order to calculate the NPV using Excel has inbuilt formula for NPV. So in this case, since this is the 0th year, it's going to be a 0.1. NPV of 0.1 into B6. B6 is the net cash flow. So this is again, since the previous year is 0, you just have to put 0.1 into a 0.1 comma C6. But this is going to be NPV of 0.1 C6 and previous year and the current year. This is going to be NPV 0.1 C6 D6 E6, and this is NPV 0.1 C6 D6 E6 and F6. So this is again the same, the final value. So this is how you calculate the NPV using manual method and also using Excel. So since we have completed NPV, we will now see ROI, which is return on investment. So ROI is the income divided by the investment total, and the higher the ROI or higher the ratio of benefits to cost, the better for the project. So to calculate the ROI, first we have to calculate the discounted cost. So discounted cost is nothing but B4, in this case B4 into B8. B4 is the cash outflow and B8 is the discount rate. So in this case you can see it is going to be C4 into C8. For the first year, the cash outflow into the discount rate. Here it's going to be for the second year, cash outflow into discount rate. Similarly for this, E4 into E8, this is F4 into F8, and this is nothing but the sum of the entire row from B15 to F15. So we have calculated the discounted cost. Now we have to calculate the discounted benefits. So similar to the discounted cost, here we will be using cash inflow. For the discounted cost, we use cash outflow, and now for the discounted benefits, we will be using the cash inflow. So here you have to multiply the cash inflow with the discount rate. So in this case, it's going to be C5 into C8. This is going to be D5 into D8. This is going to be E5 into E8. This is going to be F5 into F8. And finally, this is the sum of B16 to F16 from the value here to here. So now we have to calculate the ROI both manually and using Excel. So in order to calculate it manually, we have to just get the difference between these two divided by the discounted cost. Since we have both positive and negative values, we have to take the absolute value. Now to calculate using Excel formula, we just have to give IRR G15 to G16. So it's going to be 2.92%. Alright, so we have completed ROI. Now we have to calculate IRR. So how I did IRR, which is the internal rate of return, is that first I used Excel formula to calculate the IRR, which is IRR C6 to F6. That's the net cash flow. C6 to F6 is the net cash flow, and I have just gave the IRR function. So we got 11.43, and then I used this formula. So this cell, which is the manual calculation, I have for now given it as 0. So the IRR is going to be the percentage discount rate at which the overall NPV is 0. So now we have some random value here. We have to make this value 0 in such a way that the value overall NPV is 0, so that we get the IRR. So basically we have to make the overall NPV 0 by trying different values of IRR. Now to make it easy, first I calculated this using the Excel formula, which is giving me 11.43%. So here I've used this formula 1 by 1 plus G26 the whole power B3, where G26 is the manual IRR value, which is for now 0. So we have to drag and drop this formula till here, but we have to make sure everything is G26. It's a G26. G should be G26. So to get that. So all these are correct, and we have to set this formula also, which is B22 into B6. B22 is the discount rate and B6 is the net cash flow. So this is going to be C22 into C6, and this is going to be, we have to copy this formula till the end. So this is going to be D22 into D6. So this is going to be E22 into E6, and this is going to be F22 into F6. So we have set these formulas here. Now we have to adjust the value of IRR such that the overall NPV is 0. So now we'll put 5% first. It's not 0. Let's try 20%. Again, no, it's a big value. So since we already know that IRR is in using the Excel formula, the IRR value is 11.43. I will just put 11.431456%. So now you can see it is 0. So that is the value for which the overall NPV is 0. So we have calculated the IRR both manually and using Excel formula. So for manual calculation, we have to adjust the value of this such a way that NPV is 0. Since we already got the value using Excel formula, I tried that value and we got it as 0. So that's all about IRR. Next is PTP, payback time period. So here, first we have to calculate the cumulative net cash flow. So cumulative net cash flow in this case for the 0th year is B15 plus B16. So it is going to be B15 plus B16. If I click here, you can see these values. Now this is going to be the cumulative. So previous year plus the current year's discounted cost and discounted benefits. And this is going to be again the previous year's and the current year's discounted cost and benefits. Similarly, we have to do it till the 4th year. Now we have to see for which year the cumulative net cash flow changed from negative to positive. And in this case, it is in the 4th year. That's why the PTP is 4 here. Now to use the Excel formula, there is a formula here. We can use the lookup function to calculate the PTP to identify when this has changed. This is the formula for that. So you can use this formula to find it using Excel also. Similarly, so for now we have calculated for one project. Similarly, you have to do the same thing for project 2. Project here also you can say PTP is 4. Here also PTP is 4 for the third project, and it's 3 here. So it changes depending on the values you have. So that is how you have to calculate the NPV, ROI, RRR, IRR and PTP. So next video I'll explain how to do the WSM, weighted scoring method. Thank you.